Hey everyone. Good to see everyone again. Welcome to another beautiful Monday here in the month of December. I hope all of you who went to PAX had a good time at PAX Unplugged. I'm in Philly, so it's just right down the street. I couldn't go on Saturday. I had rehearsal and shows and things I had to do then, but Friday and Sunday I was there, and honestly, that was the most packed convention I have ever seen it. And like all of the badges and everything were just completely sold out on Thursday. There were so many people. I think this is one of the first times they've sold out since they started doing the convention again in 2021, because I know they didn't have it in 2020 for obvious reasons. But no, it was a good time, and I hope all of you fellow nerds who went had a good time as well. How's everyone doing today on this Monday? Doing all right? Doing okay? It's a good, decent weekend. Yeah, my weekend was fine. It was good. It was good. I bought what did we bought? God, a bunch of board games. There was one vendor that was there that does like some cool terrain. They just weren't there, and I hope they're doing okay. I hope to buy from them soon at some point. But anywho, where did we leave off? You got God, where did we leave off? Thinking
We're
brain.
going to the mall town.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes, that's right. You were
we
all gonna go shopping or go to the mall town potentially to shop. Yes, Cliffmont. That's right.
Yeah.
Cliffmont. That's where
we
you guys
also
are
hung
going.
up on Zaddy.
Zaddy, also known as Lord Zid. Yes, exactly. That's what you did.
You
That
can
was a
call him
choice.
Lord Zid all you want.
I
He's
know you're
be
gonna call him
to us.
Zaddy. No, that's fine. I've accepted his fate. That will be the fate that you have assigned to him. What I mean, you haven't heard his opinion on that yet. I'm not even sure you've even directly referred to him as Zaddy to his face. So that's coming up. But you had a telephone conversation with Zaddy. You guys is still in the Miata, driving on the way to Cliffmont. Remember, it is from the town of Sleepy Knoll all the way to what am I trying to say? Also, hi, Fame. Good to see you, friend. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. From the town of Sleepy Knoll all the way to Port Kingsmouth, it is about a Texas length, and you've kind of already driven ish a Texas length to get from Old Metro to the town of Sleepy Knoll. The rest of the drive is going to involve you going to a sort of uh, interstate that will take you up along the coast through the town of Cliffmont, where there is a mall that you know about that was very decent for shopping, and then on further north through a nice, beautiful sort of Pacifica-esque shoreline with wonderful vistas, mountains on your right, coast on the left, to the Port Kingsmouth, where you intend to meet up with one Professor Elwood Green to continue on this sort of quest that has been assigned to you by Reggie, who is your laser dragon patron. Um, so, it has been, I would say, a good hour since that you've been on the road since you last hung up on Zaddy. Um, you all have been kind of reflecting on that whole conversation. For the it is at least a moment of respite, because for once in the last like many hours, the cell phone has not been ringing. Like the Nokia has not buzzed. You have not received a single text message. Um, it, eh, Whether or not you have sent anything further
So you're
to
saying it
him.
worked.
Well, I'm saying it did a thing. That is what I'm saying. I'm saying it did a thing. Whether it worked in your point of view, or my point of view, as an entirely different story, and one that we are telling currently through this live performance. But you, what kind of playlist do we have going in this car? Now, I will say, after you leave the town of Sleepy Knoll, you are, I would say, think of not like Oklahoma Flat where there's no trees anywhere, like um no like everything is flat as far as the eye can see. um I would say this is more along the lines of like you're driving through, oh, what's a good, um like you're driving just outside of the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, if that makes sense. There are some trees here and there. It's not necessarily the Great Plains, a Great Plains esque sort of feel. That's more behind you and more to the south of you. Um, this this drive has a few billboards advertising various different like stores, upcoming rest stops. The giant ball of yarn that is 5 miles away. Or if you turn left, you can go to a factual UFO crash site um, closer to Interstate 99. This is not like one of those things. People in the it is the retroverse. That shit happens often, or as often as you as often as mistakes in like spacecraft piloting occur, which I would assume is about the same rate as airline pilots, if not more. But I ramble. Back to my central sort of flavoring question. What's the playlist you have going?
Well, if it's up to Cassie, most of her music is going to be like um pop punk emo or like baby metal,
Mm-hmm. That's good.
but that's just what she keeps in her car.
Right.
Well, Sam, I think technically in this universe, baby metal is just like heavy guitars with like baby like goo goo goggling over top of it.
Good
I think that's what I
God.
think that's technically what baby metal is in this universe.
It's it's
Whatever the equivalent of like death metal with cute Japanese girls singing over it in the retroverse would be.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I can. Okay, yes, that would definitely involve um definitely involve bands that are there.
Or
Yes.
we could also potentially be listening to um like space cyber jazz a la cowboy bebop type music.
That's a good option. That is definitely a good option for this sort of drive vibe, like long drive vibe, if you will. Um, and let me see. You guys left in the morning. It would be, I would say it's probably about 1, maybe 2 in the afternoon. You guys are about halfway there. You drive a few past like a few gas stations. Your Miata's doing fine. You gassed up before you left the town. You will, according to like your sort of the average speed and like the mileage you get on the car, you will have to refuel pretty much at the crossroads where the one highway you're on meets the sort of coastal interstate that goes between the town of San Angeles, the city of San Angeles, I should say, and the town of Cliffmont, which is a pretty popular spot. It's like fairly easily positioned to get a lot of foot traffic. It's not going to be a little village area. It's going to be a pretty bustling, medium-sized town. Um, And along the way, you just, you pass by uh, people going on, what am I trying to, coming back, going forward on like family vacations that they have planned for this time of year in the Retroverse specifically. Um, you have you sometimes come upon gangs of cobbled bikers that leave you alone for the most part. You're very careful around such bands of miscreants. You don't want to agitate them too much. Every so often, you see the contrails of some commercial airliner passing overhead. Um, it's pretty clear skies. It's pretty clear skies as you're driving in what is honestly a beautiful, serene landscape for this part of the Dreadlands. Other places are a little rough. You just came from a place that, not necessarily Sleepy Knoll, it's more spoopy, right? Sleepy Knoll is more spoopy, and then you have pockets outside of that in the forest and mountains that get terrifying. But another few hours pass. You come around 5 p.m. When you pull up to this sort of crossroads town where where the highway and the interstate meet. And as you pull up to the gas station, it's actually kind of flat all to the south of you. And way off in the distance of the south of this little crossroads town, you spot a billowing cloud of smoke that you're worried might be some sort of dust storm piling this way, but it dies away a little bit, and you can see way off in the distance. It looks like you understand it to be humongous, but it looks as if like it's a giant pyramid shape moving in your direction. You can see glints of metal. It's like the best I can make out. The best I can use a metaphor to describe it. It looks like it's made of like multiple different color like Lego bricks, like little lines shooting across, and it looks more like a tiered ziggurat as opposed to like a sloping pyramid. But it's that large that you can make out those details from the distance at where you're at. This is like this is like 4 miles away or more that you can see this.
It's coming towards us.
It's coming towards you. It was coming towards you at a faster pace, which is what you can sort of understand the cloud of dust, the billowing cloud of dust to be. That was behind it, which has died down. And you can see little glints of like maybe glass or like metal, sometimes just reflecting off of it in your direction from the sun above you, as you can see the whole thing sort of rotates and like turns as it starts to head east. And you can see the cloud of dust start billowing up again as it accelerates slowly, but does accelerate in an eastward direction. And you can now see that underneath this large pyramid structure, there are these just colossal sized treads that are moving this pyramid, for lack of a better term, along. And it is at that point you see at the very top, very tip of this pyramid, there's it looks like it has a little green hat, and then you notice that it's actually like a gigantic tree that's growing in the middle of this structure. That is like the leaves and the boughs and the branches are just like swaying with every turn and every bump in the landscape. It's not using a road as it moves across. There is no like road that this thing could be there is no road large enough that this thing could easily travel on without completely destroying. It's just moving across the plain. But yeah, it's at that distance, and you all do notice this. It's pretty unnoticed. It's pretty impossible to miss. You have a couple of other people at the gas station, sort of like shielding their eyes as they look and they watch, but then they just catch it, and then they just go back to their business.
I want to ask one of the NPCs if they've seen anything like that before.
Okay.
Since because they just reacted, they didn't really act too crazy.
No. You walk up to a rye. This is like an earth rye. It's just similar to an elf, but with more elemental leanings. He's got a full on mustache made that looks like it's made out of like rocky outcroppings and like little boulders and things. He's got a really short haircut. He's wearing a multicolored like polo shirt with jorts and like hiking boots on, and he's got his family in the car. It's a station wagon. He's just very calm. And he looks at you and he says, "Oh yeah, no, that right there, there's just some traveling trailer communities. Oh yeah, they take the planes all the time, going east and west, going from old Metro down to San Angeles. They do a lot of trading. Just having some migratory route. They're kind of nomadic. It's not too. There's a few of them around here. It's not too hard to see them sometimes, and they're huge.
Yeah, they're really big. Whoa.
Yeah. Good cooking, though. I will tell you, one time we were broke down, and they pulled up next to us, and they served us a nice home-cooked meal. Really good people.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Good to know if you need a pinch. They even gave us a nice little tow. It was a good time.
A toe?
Yeah, well, more like they picked up our station wagon, put it in their little car hangar, and then we kept going along on the trail.
Oh man, I thought you meant like a real actual toe as like food.
Oh, no, that sounds disgusting. I don't think I would eat that.
Okay, no worries, dude.
Although I have heard that giant's toes in mammoth toes in Hyperborea, I hear that's a delicacy.
Oh shit! Oh, I just learn something new every day.
You do, don't you? It's a great, big, bright, beautiful world full of things to know.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. Yeah, it's real pretty, real shiny. Have a good day, man.
Yeah, you too. Safe travels now.
All right. I tell everyone. I guess this stuff is like kind of normal around here. There's like a bunch of these things. They have good food. For future reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good to know. We'll have to stop for lunch eventually. So
you do also actually let me see who would be probably familiar. I'd say Doyle. I'd say you'd be the most familiar with these types of communities. They're basically like moving nomadic trailer parks, essentially. Not too very much akin to like Mortal Engines, if you know that sort of sense. Think of Mortal Engines meets like the trailer park stacks from Ready Player One, just mashed together as one just conglomerative concept, and that's the whole gist. But they are limited in where they can go with their communities. Some of them do use like a mechanical means to move. You have a couple of communities who have raised what are dinosaurs known as Yggdrasaurs, which are essentially colossal sized sauropods that are large enough to carry a whole ecosystem and community on their back that they move around. It just depends on whether the community is more specialized in animal handling or like engineering and what their needs are and how they can best meet them.
Okay.
But they never
Pretty neat.
travel farther north than where you are. There's just no way to get the animal or the machine up into like the coastal area without absolutely destroying everything around it. And so they politely refrain from doing so. But you guys gas up. Do you buy? They do have things such as like hyper water available for sale here. Highly caffeinated, sort of like coffee beverage. I'm just gonna say coffee, but it is a magic item in the Retroverse.
Are there any healing items?
There any what?
Healing items?
Oh, like you mean like healing potions, things of that
Yeah.
nature? Okay, let me see. This would be like the equivalent of like a Buc-ee's
Yeah.
in this universe. So I think that's fair.
fine. I mean, like even like those places have like band-aids, like
yeah, of course they do. Oh,
aspirin,
yes.
painkillers. Yeah.
Yes. Let me
Like, maybe we
see.
should actually start carrying healing stuff with us.
They definitely have like caffeine pills.
Probably not a bad idea.
100%.
Yeah.
Let me find the sort of magic items area.
And now that we have the fanny pack of holding, we can just, whatever we want to carry, basically unlimited space for resources.
We'll just give it to Rocky.
Yes.
That is true.
How's everybody looking on credits, by the way? Like, what's everybody's like credit count looking like?
That is good.
I got 50.
Good question.
50
Jesus.
credit. Yeah. I think because of my background.
I think I have 90.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay, here's
Yeah,
what
I've got about.
Will, what are you?
I've also got about 90.
What the fuck? I have 17.
I don't have a laser sword or a robot pet.
How do you? How?
That's fair.
It's not even a laser
Wait, because
sword.
I automatically. Wait, hold on. Because on my character sheet it says I start with 50, like automatically, and then I wrote down plus 70 and then plus 20, and I can't remember. I think 20 we got at the end of the last thing that we just did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did we get?
Because I was
any
at
money
70
from the
until
failed
that
heist?
happened.
Oh, from the failed.
Oh, then I have 70.
Oh, yeah. One of those
I'm trying to remember
amounts
why I
was
wrote
from the
plus
failed
70.
heist. Yes, that was the divided
So
money you got from the failed heist, from the loot.
okay. So then if I started with 50 and then I got an extra 90, I actually have 140 right now is what it looks like. I'll say like 130 because I know we also like paid for a room and food and stuff at that tavern, so I'll say like 130.
Brayden, you should have gotten 70 also from the failed heist. You didn't write that.
Remember that?
You should have.
No,
Don't you
don't.
also start with a certain amount based on your like
No,
background
I didn't
and your
start.
class?
No,
Don't you
I didn't start with
a certain
anything
amount?
because I don't know. No, because I don't know what my background is based on.
Oh,
my
yeah, so that's
backstory.
why. That's why.
Oh yeah,
Awkward.
that's right. Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, you
when you
have a
pick one, you get
background, but
money.
like it's like your background is. I mean,
My background is I woke up on an operating table with the right part of most of the right half of my body missing and replaced by cybernetic arms and
Well,
leg.
that's
cybernetic
your
arm and leg.
that's the story
your
of it.
origin.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
your
but
origin
yeah,
story.
but
Something
Well,
happened
here's the thing.
between then and when you started working with us, and that is where
Oh,
you
for
get
sure.
the rest of your background, which is where you get your money.
for sure.
Like,
okay,
I woke
would
up in a
just-
pod with no memories of my past life and a knowledge that I was really good at being sneaky. And from there, I decided to be a mercenary, which is why I have money.
Mhm.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
So
my
I have
because I have
so
the
I have plus
Prodigy
70
background,
then.
so I think that's
Oh, you have the same background.
yeah, you have at least well, because we should have each gotten 70 from the heist that went wonky, and then I
Okay.
think we each got another 20 at the end of the um murderous TV show dinosaur arc.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
So should we assume that
I'll
we're like
just
down 20 because of the room and everything like that?
Yeah, I would say we probably each spent 10 to 20
Okay.
like staying overnight and getting food and stuff, but we should have each had at least 90 to start with.
Okay.
I definitely forgot that we got money from these things because like my background my background gives me starting gold of 100. So like I'm actually close to 200 gold now with the money that we've gotten from these other things.
All right.
There you go.
I'll just call it an even 70. So I have so I have 87 credits is what I have.
Sounds good.
That's okay. I am fine with bankrolling some stuff because my background gives me more money than yours apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's okay.
some things they have available for sale. They have they have Astro rations, which are 5 gold pieces. These are wondrous items. They're common. They will also have some things from like some common magic items from like Tasha's Cauldron of Everything and like the Xanathar's Guide. Those are going to be a lot of them are going to kind of be redundant, like the orb of time telling or whatever the hell it's called. You have a watch. Like this, a lot of these things are just like replacements for mundane items that already exist.
Like how you'd get a shaving kit at like a convenience store.
Yes, exactly. Which they do.
You're going to pay more than you need for it. It's not going to be very good, but in a pinch, if you're traveling and you need one, you know you can walk down to the corner and get one.
Right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Some
And a
retroverse
bag
specific.
of tiger sex pills.
Oh yes.
Yes.
There's also or the horny goat weed or whatever the hell it is, or like the royal honey, that viral little drink mix thing. Yeah, that stuff. That's definitely there. Anywho, Astro rations, basically a collection of freeze-dried fruits, meat, and vegetable paste in a tube, compressed water tablets, and dehydrated ice cream. They are in a round half-pound pack, the size of an average apple, capable of resisting extreme heat, cold, and the vacuum of space. The food does not spoil and is designed to be eaten in nearly any environment. Those are 5 gold pieces, and they are just 1 day of rations. You can do they have a select amount of what's known as a boost shroom. A boost shroom is a small mushroom that is magically grown in enchanted soil that gives it amazing properties. Each one is similar in appearance, and there is no way to determine its exact effects from regular observation. When consumed, roll on the table to determine its effect. The mushroom's effects last for 1 minute, and consuming more than 2 in a day poisons a creature and instantly drops their hit points to 0. So those are available for 100 gold pieces. They have at max 3 of those that you can purchase. They have air bubble gum because every gas station worth its salt is going to have bubble gum. It's a special gum designed to blow miraculous bubbles. If you spend 1 minute chewing the gum, you can then use an action to blow a large bubble that covers your head. It has 10 minutes worth of air and becomes strong enough to withstand normal movement, go underwater, or survive the vacuum of space. It pops if you take any damage other than psychic or after 10 minutes. So, there you go.
Yo, I'll buy some gum.
Yeah, it's 10 gold pieces each per individual piece of gum.
I'll just buy one. I'll buy one.
Cool. All right, mark that down.
be useful.
Mm-hmm.
It could.
See. Wouldn't have any of those. Oh, in the novelty section, they do have googly eyes. These are 25 gold pieces each. They're a wondrous item. They're common. This set of comical eyes has a resilient adhesive on one side that lasts for 24 hours and can withstand most environments, including water and intense heat. When attached to a creature, that creature gains proficiency in perception. Once the adhesive wears off or the eyes are removed, the eyes lose their effect. They have hairspray. This is 10 gold pieces. Wondrous item common. This small can of sticky mist can be used to keep your hair in amazing shapes for a long time. It takes 1 minute to apply it and can only be used on medium to long hair. Afterward, you receive a +1 bonus to all charisma-based checks for the next 8 hours. That's 10 gold pieces each. They have hyper water. As I said, now this is a little more expensive. This is 100 gold pieces per dose. Just think of it like a 5-hour energy sort of deal. Brown water is made by highly skilled alchemists who roast rare beans and somehow create a non-magical concoction that can boost even the most mundane people. When you drink this liquid, you instantly use 1 hit die to recover hit points equal to your roll. Additionally, you can ignore the effects of your highest level of exhaustion for 8 hours, excluding death. However, this concoction does not use magic, simply boosting your natural restorative ability. Because of this, you can only benefit from 2 uses before finishing a long rest. Additionally, the creation must be fresh, created within 7 days of consumption, or properly canned to be effective.
It's 100 credits.
100 gold pieces, yes.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
But at the same
Jeez,
time, it is
those
a good
tariffs
item.
are really hitting hard already.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes,
I
they
mean,
are.
Coffee tariffs are already.
Yeah, it's
I guess if
pretty
we wanted
bad.
to all pitch in for one to have as an emergency, we could.
It is canned. I will be kind and say this is that these are canned offerings. These are not like from a pot. So it will last indefinitely, essentially.
I'm
I'd be
open
willing
for
to chip in for it.
What's that?
I'm willing to chip in for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm open to it. It's really just to have one emergency back, but I also am okay seeing if there's something else we come across later. So
Okay.
I don't know if
There is in a metal bin, sort of in the center of this gas station. You see a bunch of like, best described as like DVD cases, just sort of sitting there, like the $5 movie bin at Walmart. Except this is not no $5 movie bin. These contain hollow decoys or vid discs. Now, a hollow decoy is 150 gold pieces. It is a small disc you can adhere to most surfaces and creates a soundless holographic projection of a creature or object. The projection can move, but can never leave the base of the disc. A creature looking at the projection must touch it or make an investigation check, DC 12, to determine that it is a hologram. The projection lasts for 24 hours, after which the device shorts out and is unusable. A vid disc is yes.
Yeah.
A vid disc is a small disc that contains a holo video on it. The video can be watched during a long rest or a short rest that lasts a minimum of 2 hours. After the rest ends, 2d4 creatures who watched the video gain inspiration or the use of a cliche, GM's choice, for the next 12 hours. At the discretion of the GM, me, there may be limited cliches available based upon the type of video in the disc. Though the video can be watched many times, the bonus is only granted upon the first viewing. Those has a common to rare. I guess it's basically if it's common, it's like 1 gold piece and gives you 1 cliche. If it's rare, it's something along, or like uncommon, it's like 10 gold pieces and gives you 2 cliches. And then 25 gold pieces is like gives you 3, and then 50 gold pieces, that's the max, gives you 4 cliches that you can use.
I kind of like the little hologram thingy.
Okay. Okie dokie.
How much are those?
The hollow decoys are 150 gold pieces each.
Oh, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the hollow decoy thing is something that we need quite yet.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some cheaper things too. There's a few cheaper things. There's pixie sugar, which is 25 gold pieces. This is a wondrous item. This is uncommon, or not uncommon, common. This small tube of sugar has been enchanted with fey magic for rapid absorption. Consuming this small pack of sugar crystals will negate the effects of your highest level of exhaustion and allow you to take 2 reactions per round for 1 minute. Using this more than once in 24 hours will cause you to gain another level of exhaustion once the effect wears off. And then it is a specialty in this area of the retroverse, what's known as a spooky snack. These are 20 gold pieces. These are wondrous items. These are common. A small ghost-shaped cookie imbued with the essence of courage and curiosity. As a bonus action, a creature can eat one and, for the next minute, has advantage on saving throws to resist fear effects, has advantage on insight and investigation checks, and advantage on perception checks that rely on smell. These snacks cause extreme hunger, though, requiring a creature to eat and drink double the normal amount they normally would before finishing a long rest, or they wake from the rest with a level of exhaustion. The benefits of the snack can only be gained once before finishing a long rest. And then there's a wall with a bunch of like really shiny holographic stickers on it. These are plus a bunch of +1 stickers of enchantment. These are wondrous items. They only have offered the 25 gold piece +1 variants of them. Stickers of various colorful designs that shimmer with magical energy. As a bonus action, they can be placed on any mundane weapon, shield, or armor set to grant a bonus to attack and damage rolls, or AC, depending on the item, for the duration. The item gains its bonuses and is considered magical for 1 minute, after which time the effect wears off. The stickers are permanent and cannot be removed by anything less than a wish spell. The stickers are ineffective on any item that has 5 or more of these stickers on them. Placing a sticker on an item that is already magical has no effect, even if the magical effect of the sticker is stronger than the magical items, or the magical item does not grant bonuses to the attack, damage, or AC. You could probably use a universal solvent to get them off if you found some, but they don't sell any here. And those are 25 gold pieces each. And hey, you find some stickers look cool. Just tag up your armor. Hey.
How long was the duration on those again?
The duration of the magical effect is 1 minute.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think I'm definitely going to get some Astro Rations just because I feel like it'd be good to have.
Okay.
So you said those are 5 credits each?
Astro Rations are 5 credits each, yes.
Okay, I'm going to get 5 of them.
Okay, good.
I do think the Scooby snacks are very funny.
Yes, they are very good.
They
One
are.
of my favorites. In case you're
Cassie's gonna point at the ghost cookie and like elbows in and be like, "You should get one of those."
Let's be real here. You should get a couple of those.
Unfortunately, looking at the ingredients, I cannot eat these because they have gluten in them.
Stop it. Stop it.
Dairy
Stop
and gluten intolerant.
it.
Jesus. Cassie, you do spot conveniently next to them the gluten-free variety. For
You're in luck.
Those ones have like a half gold
Oh,
upcharge,
hello.
though.
yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I think I'm good. I'm gonna save my money for something. Just in case. Just in case Rocky gets into a scrap and needs fixed. I need to make sure I have some funds to be able to fix Rocky up. So I'm personally okay. I appreciate you looking out though. So
Very good. Very good. 1 second, I'm going to grab a sort of resource document. And if you guys need me to reiterate any of these magic items that were on sale, now these are just the common ones. There's a shopping mall coming up where along with clothes, there might be some more expensive offerings online that we'll let you figure out just so you understand what's available maybe now and in the future if you guys want to pool your funds for something. But let me.
Do you have any additional thoughts on the coffee thing?
Yeah, I'm definitely willing to chip in for it if we want to like get one as an emergency
Yeah.
like measure.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that, like 25 each?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I could be
Let me see.
persuaded.
What was it? What were you asking?
Oh, we are, Brayden, thy thoughts?
yeah, no, I'm fine with that. If that's
Okay, so-
I think that's an item that like could
Yeah.
come to use
Okay.
if we were in a pinch.
What
Okay.
We're gonna
I'm
get
I'm fine with.
What's it called specifically?
the like 5-hour energy shot thing. that you were
Oh,
talking about.
that's hyper water. That will be 100 gold
Water.
pieces.
Was it the hyper water? Or was it the hyper water or the coffee? The brown water.
That is it.
Oh, it's-
I'm just
okay.
making a metaphor. Now there is a hyper. Just before you guys make a decision, there is the hyper water concentrate. Now that is the 250 gold pieces.
I don't think we're gonna get that one.
Yeah. It basically that
That's a little
effect.
rich for our blood, I think.
Yeah, that lasts for like 8 hours. You instantly spend 2 hit die, recover hit points. Yeah. Due to its
Not being
concentration, you
juiced
can
with,
only
like,
get
chocolate make me go fast.
Yes, that's pretty much it. Where is? Sorry, looking just so when it comes to that, because some of these don't have prices on them, some of them do. And I just want to make sure I get the general layout of the prices correct. They are going to be very similarly tiered. There it is. Oh, good. Perfect. Oh, that's it. Oh, there we go. Okay, got it. Done. Okay. So, as you guys go to the checkout counter, you pay individually for everything. You know, it's strictly a swipe feature. There is no tap or insert yet with these credits, with these cards that you have to pay things with, and you guys pretty much walk out with your bags. They threw in, because you spent so much money, they threw in a couple of like commemorative like shirts and like, you know, some swag, like some free sunglasses, a hat, because it's a lot of money, right? You guys just spent like a lot of gold here. So they have some things on offer as opposed to if you just bought some food and regular stuff. What?
I'm gonna wear the sunglasses for the rest of our trip.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So, as you walk out, you notice off in the distance, about 4 miles south of here, there's another big, huge, hulking, colossal, moving community that's sort of making its turn. This one, it doesn't have a tree. It is more, I guess, correctly pyramid shaped. It doesn't have a crown on it or anything. And Charlotte, as Ivy looks at this pyramid, you notice there's like scan lines on your sunglasses, and along with the scan lines, you see dripping like rain, sort of ones and zeros falling from the top in the environment as the moving tiered trailer park sort of like all of a sudden your image shifts and you're staring over a landscape of like desert with wispy sparkly and a wispy sparkly ocean of sand is in front of you. And in the distance, there is a perfect marble pyramid with like a thin, bright, shining light shooting up from the top of its peak. And around you, all in the sky, are these storm clouds. And every once in a while, instead of lightning, it's more like a straight bolt of laser energy shoots down and glasses a portion of the surface of this desert sand. And you hear in your head, as in front of you, near the center of this pyramid, almost as if it was part of the pyramid itself. 1 second, I gotta find the right voice for this.
This is what I'm seeing from these free sunglasses?
It doesn't look like you're looking through sunglasses anymore. It looks like you're looking through your normal vision, and you are in this place. A large, dark green eye sort of opens in the side of this marble pyramid, and its pupil dots around. Its pupil looks like it's basically deep space with galaxies and stars inside of it, and it centers on you, and it speaks directly to you, saying,
"You have contacted him. You must beware. He has his own motives." I'm choosing something. Here we go.
What the fuck?
All for freedom and for pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule the world.
and then your vision fades and you're back in the normal parking lot of the gas station.
Do the sunglasses look like just random plastic
Normal.
ass?
No, just random plastic
normal.
ass sunglasses, not
Yeah.
even like blocking too much of the sunlight. Hey, they were free. You can't complain.
Charlotte can kind of infer what's going on. Would Ivy be able to infer what was going on from that? My intelligence.
Roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Roll in intellect. Let's call it Arcana.
Right,
You can
have
do
that.
intellect Arcana or history.
Yeah, it's just an intelligence roll.
You guys had to fucking take the phone. You just had to take the fucking phone.
I rolled a 4.
I knew you were quoting something. I was like, I know this.
Yes. This is it. What you experienced was what was real. You were either there in person and got sent back here immediately, or Lord, I mean, none of this felt fake.
Yeah.
You have no idea who contact. This is not him, right? This is not Zaddy.
Right. It's not Zaddy.
Um,
Do I know that it's a deity? Do I recognize, like, do I know anything? Am I like, do I know that he's talking about Zaddy? Like, can I tell any of this?
I think it's pretty easy to infer you
Okay.
contacted Zaddy. I used the wrong voice. Also, I'm a dumbass. 1 second.
This is probably the voice I would have been using for this, so just keep that in mind in case I didn't want anyone to get confused. Later on, that's my fault. I clicked the wrong button. Thought I was in the right thing.
So that's the actual voice of Galaxy Eye.
That's the actual voice of Galaxy Eye. Yeah, Galaxy
Okay.
Eye is a great name for that. I think that's perfect. How fitting.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Galaxy Eye. Well,
I will give you this.
Yeah.
It sounds similar to Reggie.
I don't remember who Reggie is. I'm so sorry. Oh, to the dragon.
He's
the
the
guy
guy
that
we were
hired
working
us.
for.
Yeah, the guy working for.
Interesting.
Okay. Galaxy Eye is warning me that. Okay. Okay. Whatever.
You just okay, cool. You guys get
Well,
in the car.
I'm like, oh, wow. Is there another god who wants to like come talk to me?
Does Ivy like tell any of us what she just saw, or does she keep this to herself?
I'm gonna keep it to myself for now.
All right.
For drama's
For
sake.
drama. No, I love
for
this.
the
All for the
drama.
drama. All
God.
for the drama.
The
Yeah.
fucking dramatic irony.
Yep.
Put on the sunglasses. I maybe like I do something with it, and then so maybe you guys see me like do something, like have a physical reaction, and then I take them off and really, and oh.
Yep. You guys hop in the Miata, crank up the radio, and the first thing that's on the radio is "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" by Tears for Fears.
I do love that song.
It's a great song. As you guys.
Oh man, this sounds
Absolutely.
great.
So, it's not long before you hit like the actual coastline where you have to sort of be careful navigating the sort of arguably treacherous, not super well railed off edge of this rocky cliffside into the ocean, and the sort of mountainous terrain to your right. You feel like they could have built this highway, this interstate, a little bit closer inland, but they thought the views were probably pretty enough. They wanted people to be able to see it. But you guys keep driving up north. It takes you 2 or 3 hours from the certain position to reach the town of Cliffmont. It is now 8 p.m. Don't have enough time to kind of shop today. The mall's getting ready to close, but it will be open bright and early tomorrow. And you guys are probably hungry for dinner and just probably need a place to sleep and eat.
Hey, what's in the area? Where could we sleep/eat?
Well, what's in the area? You have a local cinema where you can go catch a flick if you wanted to. And I will say that option, while it may take a couple of dozen credits per person watching a film in this universe, taking the time to do that. I'll give you a point of inspiration if you do that, because you feel inspired, you gain some knowledge. It's going to work kind of like the vid discs do, in a way of like giving you a cliche to work with. You can go to the library, check out any books on any sort of subjects that you
This is
might
so
want to
Persona
reference.
right now.
Yes. Check out any books you might want to reference later on. Remember, having a book with you does give you a certain bonuses. I think it's like a +5 bonus on checks related to subjects within
cool.
that book.
Hey Zen, did you read my Kama Sutra fighting game manual?
Yeah, I'm making my way through. Do you need it back?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to you want it back?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I made it about halfway through. Some pretty cool moves in there. I'm hoping to try some out next time we get into to a rumble with with like a corporeal person instead of like a ghost.
Hell yeah, it sounds
Inhabiting
hot.
a puppet. Yeah,
Cassie, what's up?
Good. I was never like a wrestler, but I might try my hand at it.
Cassie, what you looking at?
I've never heard of this game before. What are you talking
Oh
about?
man, you should read it. Hey, look at this. Check this out. I just give it to her. I just give it to you. I'm just like,
Cassie takes it and like turns it sideways and like a fold out unrolls. And she's just like, I don't know if this is a video game that I have ever heard of before. And
You
she
should
just kind
study
of
it.
folds it back up and hands it.
all right, you let me know if you want to borrow it. It's some real cool shit. I really want to go.
Great for working on your grappling technique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to go. I know that there's you're going to list other options, but I can tell you right now that I think I want to go to the library and take out a book on the Pantheon.
Very good. Yeah. Okay.
Pantheon.
Yes, you will be able to find a book on the Pantheon that you can check out. You'll have to sign up for a library card and return it in a certain number of days.
I want to wait to see what everyone else wants to do first before we like go down that route. But
yes, of course.
Zen,
I'm curious
Zen is also interested in
what
going
movies
to the
are playing.
library.
I'm sorry.
You were
Cassie's
both
curious
talking.
Yeah, you are both talking.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So
Sorry, you go ahead, Braden.
Oh, I just said Zen would also like to go to the library.
okay. And then for Sam, you wanted to know kind of what movies were playing at the cinema. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have oh wait, hold on. This is some lore interjection points abilities for me. Yes. Give me.
Good world building today.
Oh yes, this is gonna be good. You have an action flick that is about a fighter pilot duo known as the Sky Tigers, and it's basically the Legend of the Sky Tigers. You have another action flick that is about basically a fictional group of henchmen, and it's as you look at the group at the poster, you see a special tag as a way of promoting it. Not available in old or new Metro or Neo Metro. Only available outside here. So for some people vacation in order to get henshin content, because as we spoke of earlier, there's a lot of laws regarding henshin now in Old Metro, Neo Metro, And so some filmmakers, advertisers, they just kind of stay away from the subject because they don't want to draw too much unwanted attention to themselves. There is a history flick. It's more of a drama. Um, All Quiet on the Slimanian Front, which is basically about the sort of the communist revolution of the Slimanian. What's the name of it? It's something with steel. I just have to actually get the name right.
Oh, yeah.
One second. Yes, all about the rise of the Socialist Steel Republic of Slimani, the SSRS, and how they rose up against their sort of monarchic rule, and how monarchic capitalist rule, and how it all started when with one person with a flintlock pistol taking the CEO of a certain company by surprise on the streets of their major city in the middle of the morning, early hours of the morning. And thus started the class wars. And so there it is. But those are the three major ones. Those are the three major ones on offer. Yeah. And then there's of course a sort of teen romance film, 15 Torches, that regularly comes into theaters every so often, because you are in Cliffmont, and that would be, apropos. You see a number of people taking dates in to see this flick.
Well, Cassie would probably be looking for a horror flick, but if there aren't any, that socialist history
a horror flick, you say?
Sounds really fascinating.
No. There would be a horror flick. However, it's not being billed as a narrative experience. It's being billed as a documentary. It's basically, let me find
like
the title.
What's that movie? What's that movie that my partner's obsessed with? Hell House.
Oh, I love
Hell
that
House.
one. Hell House LLC 1 through I think 4 now.
I think there's like 7 of them, but he sat me
there's
through
7.
the
I'm a
first
little
one.
behind, but
There's like a lot of them from what I remember. I don't know for sure, but I remember him talking to me about it. But he made me watch the first one, because he works in the haunt and immersive industry. So he's like, "This is the best horror movie I've ever seen in my life. This is so good," and it's quite good.
This one purports itself to be a found footage documentary of a small group of paranormal investigators that the tagline is, they went to find vampires, they got what they wanted. And it's
hell yeah.
It basically is about this found VHS that got turned into a movie of this group of paranormal investigators that were looking for what's rumored to be known as the Stray Court.
That sounds right up Cassie's alley.
Yeah, you can totally go in there and get a ticket and watch that. And then Zen, you were going to the library as well, I believe?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. What kind of studies, or like, you get a library card, obviously, or books?
Zen already has a library
Oh,
card.
perfect. Then you know the rules. Great. So what kind of book are you looking to check out or looking for?
I am trying to find any information about old henshin groups. Or what happened, why, like, trying to figure out like why laws are so strict now, but I mean mainly trying to see if like Zen can ascertain if there are any like rogue like henshin groups around at all or like operating somewhere.
Oh yeah. Oh, you'll find something. You'll definitely find a sort of a biographical short history book pertaining to the events that caused these laws to come up, and so I will get to that. Doyle.
Sounds good.
Probably also going to the library, but looking for a book on like old rituals that maybe involve like corrupted items, things like that.
Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah. I think you'll find some arcane books there. It might be a tiny bit for me to give you like details on what exactly you find, but we will get to it.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Just
yeah.
That's the headspace he's in. He's got this dagger. It's his new obsession. He wants to find anything that he can find about like rituals that sprung up around or involving corrupted items or glitched items.
Okay. Actually, I think I can address this kind of right now. So, rituals involving corrupted magic items, things of that nature. You know that there are groups of druids. That particularly, there's a whole subclass of druid that basically embraces corruption and uses that to transform their bodies and alter their wild shape magic. It's there are some cults that regard corruption as seeing the true underlying fabric of the world. That it is a means to viewing absolute truth and what we are. That everyone's just there. There's people that just like, oh, we're just living in a simulation, man, and these are the glitches that pop through, and we're like, that's the hint, dude. That's the realness right there. That's sort of what they're purporting. You also have Defragger. Defragger is a class that kind of works like a paladin, except in fighting undead. They're basically like the antivirus class. There are some one would consider them kind of oath breakers in that sense, who fought corruption long enough that they kind of get turned to the other side of view and now use corruption in their powers to fight what they think is real evil. They don't consider corruption evil anymore. They just consider it like a state of being that just exists in the retroverse. So that's kind of what you would find. As far as rituals involving corruption, specifically what you're talking about, this you don't find anything documenting energy or life force transfer.
Okay.
Now working backwards to let's come around back to Ivy. Charlotte, could you remind me real quick kind of what
yeah, I guess I'm basically looking for a religion or arcana related book, whatever would give like a biz to find out about the gods, to see like the actual research on Daddy and iGalaxy, to see if iGalaxy is a god, like, or galaxy.
Okay. Got it. So I'm gonna give you that you don't find anything specifically related to what you experienced relating to any deity, but you do find access to all of the deities that are commonly known in the retroverse, and that's going to be I'm not trying to like just go look in the book here, but it is available in the player's handbook, and so any of that knowledge present there in the player's mix, you will have access to.
Okay.
as a character, not just as a player, because it's a
Right.
good breakdown on all of that information. And so you can make that now character knowledge that you have, or as much as you feel like
Okay.
Ivy would be able to retain. And before I get to Brayden, before I get
Real
to
quick,
Zen,
where
yes.
in the handbook is it?
Yes, sorry. That is my fault. I should have given you that. 1 second. It should be...
There should be if you like scroll down to the table of contents, like just past the cover, there should be like a hyperlink where it says like gods. You should be able to just like click on that and it should take you like automatically to it.
Yeah, in the PDF page is going to be number 253.
Okay.
And then it's like 252 as listed on the page numbers. But that's where Chapter 7 Gods begins. And then,
I got it. I found it.
Yep. And then for Zen and Cassie, I'm going to come back to you, but it's 8:15. We're going to take a quick little 10-minute break, and we will come back. Okay? Cool. All right. Everyone, we're going to be back real quick. Enjoy some music. Bhutan. There's Bhutan. There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Where was I? Where was I? Oh, yes, we were talking about Zen, and then we were going to have a scene with Cassie, right? So Zen, you do find a book detailing the history of the Henshin organization, which I still haven't written down in the main source document. Why have I not done that? I literally typed it in Discord, like a big dumb dummy. I haven't typed it into the. Okay, there we go. A history of what led to the downfall of the largest, most successful Henshin organization on this face of Cube, which was Mega Thunder Laser Force. It's basically a combination of Henshins of all subclasses. You have Power Henshin, a Power Mask, Magic Mask, Speed Mask Henshin. And you're basically reading that there was a huge battle in the city between an unknown assailant and their forces, and we're talking about like kaiju being involved, muddies. We're talking about Zeka's gone rogue, things of that nature, and it gives you some play-by-play, blow-by-blow of like individual disasters that occur, like buildings, structures just being knocked over by Henshin being in desperate situations and like trying to make tough choices, where the Drakes had to step in. They had to ask for help from another group of adventurers called the Mavericks, which are not Henshin at all. And there's actually a note since retired, that they have since retired, of which, if you know a little bit about your history, the Sky Tigers were a part of this group of adventurers, of which there is a film, right, currently playing. It lists a number of attributions to why this happened, and one sort of section paragraph stands out to you because it basically lays down the whole argument that the Mega Thunder Laser Force was betrayed. Was that the kaiju that entered the city, the Zekas that went rogue, all of the muddies appeared, were the direct result of a portal being open by a Henshin named Clyde.
Damn it! All right. Fuck. Damn it, Adam. Damn it. Okay. Son of a bitch. All right.
And that over the course of the battle, he disappeared and was never heard from again.
Okay. All right, that was a lot of info.
Yep. That's what
I'm not going to ask very much.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to ask, if you have it available,
mm-hmm.
Can I please have the names and either the mask type or the Zeka companion that they, if they had one, can I please, does the book have the information the names of the henchmen from the Mega Thunder Laser Force and what mass type they were, and if they had a Zeka, what was their Zeka astral companion.
It will have that information. It may take me a bit to compile it for you in like a readable, non-spoilery format. But I can compile that for you and get you that information. But yes, the main sticking point is that Clyde was mentioned, and not in a good light.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, that's okay. Yeah. All right. I have that written down. So that is,
And Rocky is there. And he looks up at you as you're reading this, and he can tell, when you have something on your mind. And he basically looks up at you and he says,
excuse me, sir, is anything the matter?
I mean, I don't know, Rocky. I mean, you were there. Like you spent all this time. You spent all this time with him. I mean, he told me. He told me not to trust Clyde, but is there another? Is there another one? Is there another? Is there another Clyde out there still? Or was he telling me not to? Was he telling me not to trust him? I'm just I don't know. I don't know, Rocky. I'm confused.
Rocky lays a mechanical panther paw on your hand, on your arm, on your forearm as you hold the book open, staring down at it.
Jesus, that's
gently.
Wow,
Gently. He does it
wow,
gently.
wow,
You're
that's heavy.
fine. Yes, well. And he says,
For my entire time under service of Clyde, he was an upstanding individual who cared more for his team and the welfare of the citizens in his care than anyone else. I assure you, whatever wrongdoing this book may attribute to him is either false, fabricated, or a misrepresentation of the events as they truly happened. Remember, sir, history is always written by the victors.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right, Rocky. He did a lot for me. I gotta trust him. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I can take some of these names. Maybe I can take some of these names of the old Henshin group and bring them back to Reggie and see if Reggie has any intel on any whereabouts, or I mean, even if they're still around.
Of course, sir, and as my internal network attached memory gets better from this change of hands, I'm sure that I may be able to elucidate and access more experiences from my prior ownership.
Right. Yeah, we'll we're gonna get you back, bud. We're gonna get you back into tip top shape. You'll be back to your old self in no time. That's I promise you that.
Looking forward to it, sir.
Yeah, me too.
Now, Sam, Cassie, you you go up to the ticket booth at the front. You get ticket for one. Your other companions have opted for a more old school form of entertainment or knowledge gaining, however you want to feel about that. Uh, do you
Yeah,
purchase any concessions, or are you sneaking something in? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Cassie is gonna, when the rest of the group decides to go to the library and she decides to go to the movies, she's gonna be like, all right, well, you dweebs have fun. I'm gonna go see a movie. And she finger guns at them. And then
Nice.
so she's gonna go to the movies and she's gonna, I think she's gonna buy a small popcorn.
Hmm.
I'm a sucker for movie theater popcorn.
Movie theater popcorn's very good. My favorite thing. Do you get any like
Maybe like
special
a
like sauces on it, like extra? I know sometimes they have like the little dispensers, like you can get like a garlic oil or something like that.
Yeah, I know. And listen, this is a point of contention between me and my partner because he loves when we go to the movies, he always puts like extra butter on his popcorn. I actually just like the popcorn the way it is.
Fair
I don't
enough.
put anything on my movie theater popcorn. I think it's delicious. Um, I know that might be a hot take.
I am popcorn flavor neutral. I am an enjoyer of any and all flavors of popcorn, including the really sweet kinds. I like some caramel corn. I do. It's I judge not. I judge not. I will not yuck anyone's yum, especially when it comes to popcorn. Although I do recommend wheat germ on popcorn if you've never tried it. Very tasty.
Ooh, I
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
haven't.
Mm-hmm. Give it a little shot. Give it a little shot. Anywho.
All right, I'll have to do that sometime.
But yeah, so you get your concessions. You walk into the movie theater, sort of early. Do you care about the
Oh,
previews, or are you one of those people who just walks in kind of like late intentionally in order to try and skip the previews?
I mean, I usually don't care about previews, but I feel like Cassie's kind of probably neutral about it.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Um.
Also, is there a certain amount of money this is going to cost me that I should be aware of?
Yes. 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 For um, I would say 10 credits, which is a little.
Okay.
I would if we were comparing credits to $1 here, it in 80s money, it, expensive, right? But keeping in mind there is a factual mechanical bonus to seeing this film, in that you do get access to
Yeah.
an inspiration
And if
point or a
yeah,
cliche.
is that for the ticket and the popcorn?
Yes, yes, yes. We'll say for the ticket and the popcorn.
Cool. That works for me.
And where do you sit? Where does Cassie like to sit in a movie? This is like your standard stadium seating,
Ooh.
or ramped auditorium seating. Um, do you like to be right up at the front, or way in the back, kind of in the middle, try and get the perfect audio balance in the speakers? Like what does Cassie feel?
I would say, well, my first question for you would be, how crowded does this theater look?
There's like two people. This film has
Oh,
been out
okay.
for a little bit,
Um,
and not really doing well at the box office. This is probably the last weekend it's going to be in there.
okay. Yeah, I think Cassie would probably sit not all the way in the back, but like maybe like midway between like the center and the back,
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of the section. and probably has her feet like if the seat in front of her is vacant, she probably has her feet on the back of the seat in front of her.
Okay. Okay, very good. Wait, I'm sorry. Could you give me your position in the stadium one more time? It's my fault.
Like midway between center and back, but in the middle of that section, like in the middle of the row.
Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's no one behind you. The two people are kind of dispersed out. One's like way down in the front, sort of in the middle. The other one's about halfway between you and that other viewer. You can just see silhouette. You can't really make out any details of who they are, but they're kind of in an aisle seat closest to the door. Or closest to the walkway leading back on where the door is, because there's that sort of vomitorium, the way movie theaters are often designed. But yeah, you take your seat. You're at like the tail end of the previews, and the film begins. It starts with the disclaimer: this is a found footage. This is a found footage film. No survivors have been located. Authorities are still investigating the events found herein, and have not yet come to any conclusions. And it basically starts with this group of 4 gnomes. They kind of look like they're dressed like janitors, and they're wearing this just an ungodly amount of like artifice, and like mechanical, pseudo-mechanical magical devices. You can see one that has like one of those little what's those laser balls where you touch it and like the little arcs of lightning.
The static thing.
Yeah, the static thing. One is wearing a backpack that has like a static bulb thing just sort of sticking out of it. And they introduce themselves as the Wraith Wranglers, and they are basically investigating a reported vampire sightings in this area. And so they basically go, it's just a found footage of someone with one of them with a camcorder, going around trying to document evidence of vampires. And the film progresses, and very quickly it comes to a scene where this group of vampires just appears one at a time and starts to encounter them. Supposedly, from what you can tell, they're picking them off one by one. You don't see any deaths off on screen, but you do like hear like screams, some of the gnomes being dragged away, and as you watch one of the gnomes duck into literally an old grandfather clock in like this old rundown mansion and like hiding behind the glass, you hear from behind you, so that's how that one got away. I wondered where he went.
Cassie's just eating popcorn, and she just mutters to herself, "Wow, the surround sound in this theater is really good."
You hear another one, a more feminine voice, but gruff, say, "Yeah, because you're blind, you can't see shit, Lucian. You need to work on your eyes."
Are these the vampires from what's that TV show?
What We Do in the Shadows?
What We Do in the Shadows?
No, I mean, you don't know if they're, I mean, you don't know what they are. They're just voices behind you. It's just great surround sound in this theater. You hear someone, you hear like, slurping.
Cassie like kind of leans forward and looks up for the speakers.
Yeah. You hear another individual behind you slurping very loudly on their drink, and it's that point where they reach the bottom of the cup, and it's that annoying slurping sound, and you see someone like turn their head to look back and like shake it's the one next to the aisle, right on the aisle seat. They kind of turn their head back once they hear that, and they're like shaking their head. And it comes to a scene where one of the Wraith Wranglers has like this huge electronic techno bazooka looking thing, and a small vampire with blonde pigtails and like a very loud neon pink jacket lunges at him, and you see the gnome like shoot this sound wave bazooka as it propels him backwards and her away from him at the same time. And you hear, that's bullshit, that didn't happen like that. And you see being flung at the screen an IV pack, an empty, drained IV pack.
This is from behind me, right?
From behind you.
Okay. Cassie's gonna I think she's like getting annoyed from so that she sees the IV pack get thrown over her toward the screen, and she turns around and she's like, "Do you mind? I'm trying to watch."
Shit. So you turn around.
This ticket cost me like 8 credits.
Oh my god. So you turn around and you see eight individuals in a line behind you, seated behind you. 1 second, I'm pulling up some stats. Don't worry. You may be fine. Maybe.
I don't even know if Cassie has blood, so she'll probably be fine.
Oh, that's true. Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. You're synthetic. I forgot you don't really have blood. That makes a lot of things more simple. Hopefully. 1 second. Sorry. Pulling up. Where is it? There it is. I know, a lot of keyboard stuff. What? There it is. Great. Good. Perfect. Oh yes. And they are all of these figures are staring at you like you have their full attention. And they are not nice stares. They look like you have slighted them in an unforgivable way. You see, just a real quick, even in the light reflected on the screen, you can see what these look like. One of them in the middle, and these are a few rows back behind you. These are like at the very back wall. One of them is sitting there, blonde, swoopy, feathered hair, sitting pretty much how I'm sitting now, with his like finger propped up on his cheekbone and the rest of his chin just sitting on his hand. Booted foot raised up against the back of the chair, the seat in front of him. He's wearing a long, sort of gray trench coat. What looks like a metal band t-shirt and ripped blue jeans. You see directly to his right is this fucking bodybuilder of a woman who is dressed in a mix of like furs and leather, giving her a sort of Norse appearance. Her hair is braided all the way back. She's holding like a huge bag of popcorn, and she has like this toothy scowl to her look. You see also one directly to her right and she's holding him by the scruff of his coat. He looks twitchy, manic, like sort of like a rabid dog or like a rabid weasel, I guess is a better way of describing it. And he's like, he looks like he's raring to jump forward and attack you at any moment. He's got sort of this stringy dark hair. His jaw is like frothing a little bit. He's wearing like a turtleneck, an all black turtleneck with like, you can't see what shoes he's wearing, but also black pants. And anytime he opens his mouth, every single tooth looks like a fang. You also see to the left of the one in the middle in the trench coat, there is an individual who's just wearing a blank all white face mask with a straw from like a normal drink poking up just underneath the mask going into, and you can't see his eyes, but you can tell his attention is like straight up at the movie screen, not looking at you or in your direction at all. He is wearing just a full suit. Layered on top of that is like a biker jacket, like a full leather biker jacket. But it's like a 3-piece suit that looks like it's been burnt in some places. A tie that's like moth-ridden, eaten away. You see to his left, there is a gentleman in like a flat top cut, wearing sunglasses. He's wearing a pretty loud, sort of neon purple, like triangularly geometric, sort of like pullover sweater. He's got a gold ring on like 3 or 4 of the fingers on his hands, and he's got like a pretty dope like gold chain around his neck. He's staring at you, but he's kind of got a cool look about him. And then directly to his left is the individual you just saw on screen with the pigtails and blonde pigtails, very loud neon purple jacket, and sitting just in front of her, kind of separate from the group, is what appears to be a lady in like a satin dress with full mink furs and a cool little fascinator on the left side of well, I guess I'm holding my right hand up, but on the right side of her head with a feather sticking out, peacock feather, if you will. And she's sitting there just holding a pretty expensive looking clutch. But the ones whose eyes you can see, they're all looking directly at you. And the one who is in the trench coat sort of floats up out of his seat and floats down and sits in the row right behind you. And he looks at you and he says, "How is that our problem, my dear?"
Well, you're starting to make it your problem.
Oh. Indeed. Indeed. Make a wisdom saving throw.
All right, dice gods, don't let me down. That is a 14 plus, what's my wisdom? Plus 3, so 17.
Okay.
Actually, wait, I think I also add my proficiency bonus to that because I have proficiency with wisdom saving throws, I think. So that would be another +2. So that'd be a 19.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so a 19. Thank
God.
No, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You feel him staring at your eyes, and you feel a presence trying to sway your decision making. You are able to fight it off, but it is hard. It is a fucking struggle. And for like a good 10 seconds, you're sitting there kind of woozy. And after you just sort of shrug off the effect, you have, I guess, the equivalent of like a headache for synthetics. It's there's like an error message running in your like HUD if you have one for like diagnostics and stuff. And you do have
My
to kind of,
antivirus is strong.
yes, the antivirus is strong with this one. Now
I have Bitdefender.
yes you fucking do. You got Malwarebytes Premium, baby. Let's go. So you're able to fight this off. And he looks impressed. And he says, "Oh, well, it is a pity you don't have anything we need anyway. I'm sorry to say that that 5-weight 40 is not exactly a flavor of oil we enjoy in imbibing. Besides, the movie is rubbish, isn't it, everyone?" And they all sort of nod their heads. And he says, "I think we've seen enough, but do be careful. There are worse things in these lands than we are. Consider this a grace that I've granted you." And they all float up and through a removed tile in the ceiling. And they replace it back.
Cassie just kind of stares at them like the whole time they're like floating up into the ceiling, and she just kind of like watches them with her like eyebrows like kind of with just the most like kind of confused but mostly just annoyed look on her face. And as she sees them float up into the ceiling and replace the tile, she turns back to the movie and she rolls her eyes and she's like, ugh, vampires are so dramatic.
They really are. They really are, truly. And then I think that's all. You finish the movie. You get to choose a cliche of your choice. It's any of the ones that seem horror related. I know there might be a couple in there.
Let me take a look.
Yeah, let me see. Actually, I'm gonna look with you.
Actually, let me pull it up on my phone.
Boop-a-doop. Cliches.
Rules and docs. Let's see.
Definitely wound cauterizing. That's definitely in there.
Here we go. Cliches. Wound cauterizing.
Maniacal laughter is an
Okay.
option. And then I thought there was slasher is the feet, isn't it? That's right. Yeah.
That one's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
So yeah, those are a couple of options that you have.
Okay. Wound cauterizing, maniacal laughter, and what was the last one you just said?
Let me see. I'll say no is also an option.
No. An louder than 100. I kind of I kind of like maniacal laughter.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
no, it's pretty good.
Should I read it aloud for
Yes,
everyone's
please.
benefit?
Yes, please read it aloud for everyone's benefit.
Okay. So, maniacal laughter. You laugh from deep within your lungs, inspiring those around you with bold tenacity. Any creatures within 30 feet that share your same alignment gain +1 to all of their rolls until the end of their next turn.
That's pretty good.
When you say alignment, you mean like
Um,
literal alignment, or is it like people on my team?
I'm gonna argue people on your team because alignment to me, while it has a very baseline set of I'm not asking anyone for their like alignment. That's their own kind of their own business. I don't force my opinions on what is ethically good or like considered lawful or chaotic onto like how a player wants to be inspired for their character. So yeah, we'll just move away from alignment. You can say on your side, and that's easy. And that is
Okay.
and that is in place of you. That is basically like you spending. It's just like spending an inspiration point, if you will. You just have that banked.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Sweet.
Okay. Yes.
So the rest of the movie passes without any other
without any incident. Except the two the one while all of that talking was going on, one of the patrons got up and like left and just complained, fucking teenagers always ruining movies with their goddamn talking and all that shit, and just movie sucked anyway. And then the other person seemed the other person got up and seemed really excited, like they really enjoyed it, and you can tell that they are wearing like memorabilia from all sorts of different horror movies that have come into theaters in the Retroverse. Like they're like a super fan of the genre, and they didn't really care how objective or subjectively bad it was to critics. They just seemed to just be a fan. But yeah, the rest of the movie goes by without a hitch. And you all kind of conclude your activities at the same time. Because it doesn't take that long to find the books you need to give a little read and for the movie to end. So you can all meet back up at the library, at the cinema. You can go to where the car is parked, wherever you park the car, and figure out a hotel or what you want to do for nightly stay.
Depending on how far away the library and the cinema are from each other, if they're like far enough that you would need to like drive, I would say Cassie probably dropped them off at the library and then like drove herself to a movie. In which case she would like go back and like pick them up from the library.
Okay. As you get in the car, you hold on, I gotta look up something real quick. As you get in the car, you give me a perception check.
Is that for me or is that everyone?
That's for you.
Oh, okay. That is. Do I add anything for?
If you're proficient in perception.
Oh. Yeah. Do I add my wisdom mod? Or
yes, you would add. Regardless, you would add your wisdom modifier.
Okay, so that's a 12.
Okay. You check your mirrors. Everything's clear. You do notice, however, in the you do notice, however, that your that one of your the left side rear view mirror, like some of the duct tape has come unhinged from that's kind of holding it in place. So you really quickly like fix that back. which is back from when that it took a beating during the failed trade. So you sort of readjust that. You start to drive through town. You flick on the radio and you hear last crit, and then all of a sudden the radio just goes static. Goes absolutely static.
Oh, no.
And you hear my apologies, listeners. This is rockin' Caleb Cadam coming to you live. My apologies. I just received word from the uppers that we gotta take that song off the radio. We'll fill you in with enough holiday music to keep you going all throughout the night and jingle all the way into the new year. Yeehaw! And so they replace it with some more holiday music. And your drive continues forward to the library. And you're
Lost Whamageddon already.
Lost Whamageddon. Well, I wouldn't say you have. I don't think it counts. It counts if you hear the song itself, like in its pure recorded format, or live as performed by Wham. It doesn't count if like someone is like singing it to you, or if it's a remix.
No, I mean Cassie. Cassie lost Whamageddon.
Oh, Cassie lost Whamageddon. Yes, indeed. Yes, and that is enough to lose Whamageddon. And there you go. You're able to pick everyone up at the library.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up to the curb, and just kind of honk twice quickly to be like, "All right, I'm here. Let's go."
All right, I come out.
Yeah.
I sit
Yeah, I
down.
think we probably all head out at the same time,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, you do.
Cool.
You guys are able to load up in the car. It's a pretty simple drive to the hotel from here. There's a couple of like drive-in diners along the way if you guys want to pull up, order a burger or something if you're hungry. Other than that, this is gonna be a better hotel. This is gonna be more kind of ritzy. You have options. You do have options depending on how much money you're willing to spend. You have the motel, which is gonna kind of average to be 1 credit a person. You have however, that one it's not very well kept. You also have the option of a standard. When I mean not well kept, it's a roach motel. You have a sort of standard Best Western sort of situation, right? Which is neither great nor bad, but it's 5 gold pieces a person per night. And then you have the ritzy Clifton Regional Suites and Inn, which is a very nice hotel. It's going to run you 15 gold pieces per person per night. However, you do get temporary hit points for staying there because you get such a very nice rest.
I don't want
That's
no
a lot
roaches.
of money. I mean, how much was the Best Western?
The Best Western was like 5 gold pieces per person per night.
Yeah, what are the pet policies on these establishments? Because that also determines where we're gonna.
That's fine.
Service
No.
animal.
In order
Service
to ease. Well, I mean, technically, yes, in a way. He does provide a service. That is what it is. Combat does count as a service. No, there are no. The number of people that have pets and as varied and diverse as the Retroverse is. Pet policies aren't a thing that makes sense to exclude or ban pets. Now, if you were trying to bring in like a slod, right? Or like a a pizza slime, something that's hostile or
Yeah.
dangerous or poses a threat to everyone who literally
Sure.
exists within like a 5-mile radius, that's a tiny bit of an issue. But even they even allow laser corgis. It's fine. You
Oh,
can find,
that's interesting.
yeah.
Huh. All right. I think y'all. Whatever y'all want to stay at, I'm fine with me. Yeah, just pick it. And we'll figure it out. I'm also cool with like if we want to like set up camp in like a park or something. Like if we want to like sleep under the stars tonight or something. I'm kind of down for whatever.
My vote is for the Best Western.
That's one that doesn't have the roaches, right?
No roaches, no benefit to
That's
no benefit.
straightforward.
Yes, straightforward. Yes.
Bare bones.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool with that one.
Okay. Let's do that.
There you go. Yes, Livy Lou. Laser corgis. It is an actual thing in the retroverse. They have a bark attack or a bork attack that is a laser beam. It's
No.
yes,
They're
I'm dead
fucking-
serious.
They are cool as hell.
They're adorable as shit. I love them.
Yeah. But they're fucking dangerous.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. There's also the laser tooth tiger as well. There. Let me see if I can pull one up.
There's a bunch of stuff. There's a monster called Schrodinger's Beast, which is pretty cool. Yeah, a lot of cool like monsters and beasts and everything in the retroverse that we haven't seen yet. So
not yet. Yes.
Hey, everybody, stick around if you want to see some cool monsters and beasts.
There we go. Let me sort of copy that to the clipboard, save that, and then I can put that in on the stream real quick. Stop. 1 secundo. Where is it? Add source image. Laser pup, and then browse. It's taking a little bit for me to find it, but if you guys just give me 1 second, it will be done.
While we're in the middle of something, I'm just gonna sidebar real quick and just say I'm really loving how this picture is coming along, Tara.
Oh yeah,
It
the
looks
picture
really
looks
Yeah.
great.
Incredible.
For some reason, I still can't see it on my screen, so I'm gonna see it later.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, it looks
That's
really
okay.
great. The character designs are all fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet it looks awesome. I'm
Really
very
good.
excited to see it.
If you switch to the tiled layout on the Stream Together page, you should be able to see it.
Yeah, you should be
Yeah,
able to.
The first
I am,
option.
and that's
Or
and,
you can
oh,
open
yeah, for some reason it's not there for me.
You can open the stream in a separate browser window if you want to watch it from like the actual stream.
Yeah, but then
If your
then I
computer
run
can
the risk
do
of my risk of my internet going to shit because
Oops.
too many things
That's
are
fair.
happening.
But yeah, that's the laser pup. Cute, adorable, dangerous. That highly bright. Bright with every bork. There it is. All right. So yeah, okay. You guys picked the Best Western. The same deal. Free continental breakfast. Free continental breakfast. You get early in the
Can't
morning.
beat that.
Can't beat that with a stick, baby. You cannot. Same deal.
Do they have their like own? Do they have like a waffle maker? Because that's what makes a true continental breakfast.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do, baby. Yes, they do. You get that. You guys get a good night's rest. Nothing intriguing or interesting happens in the middle of the night to deem it needing a scene. But you guys do wake up. You get in the car, drive to the mall, crank it up. Immediately as you pull out and start down the road, you notice, Cassie, something is wrong with the car.
Is it like something like? Is it just something feels weird when I'm driving, or is there like a
Something
physical,
feels
like, is there smoke coming out of the
no.
hood? Or,
Something
like...
feels weird with the wheels while you're driving.
What?
Okay, Hey guys, I'm gonna pull over for a second. Something doesn't feel right.
Huh?
Yeah. All right. For
Okay.
sure.
Did you pull
So
over?
She's gonna pull the car over.
Yeah. As you pull over, you step out of the car. You notice that all 4 of your tires are flat.
Fucking vampires.
I won't even make you roll an investigation check on this. As you look at the
No,
tires,
I know it's them.
as you look at the tires on each one, you see 2 close together puncture marks.
Ugh! And she just kicks the hubcap and it's just like, ugh, I can't believe this. This is gonna cost so much money.
What
I have to
happened?
work
What?
like a billion shifts at McWumbos to pay for this.
Cassie, what's wrong?
Well, we've got 4 flats, so I don't think we can keep driving on this.
Oh
Oh,
Jesus!
I can fix them right up. It won't take but any time. Well, it will take time. It'll take me about how you said 4?
All 4.
Yeah, all of the tires are completely deflated.
God damn, that's crazy. All right. I mean, it'll take. Gosh, man, about do all 4. Might take me about an hour, but I mean, I've been working on Rocky for a couple of years now, so I know my way around machines. It may take a while, but I should be able to fix them.
Yo, thanks, Zen.
Zen, go ahead and roll me a. We're gonna say this is I'm gonna call it mechanics. Well, we're gonna file it under your standard like technological engineering skill, which is gonna be intellect. Go ahead and give me that kind of roll.
Sure, can do. Would I have proficiency with this then as well?
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. You're gonna attempt to fix it.
That is going to be a dirty 20.
All right. Okay. You feel like with a dirty 20.
17 plus 3.
All right, good. With a dirty 20, you definitely feel like you can make do with the materials you have on hand to fix this in an hour and a half or so.
Okay.
You can speed it up. There is a sort of a hardware store across the street. Oh yes, Dara, it will be break time. Give me. There's a hardware store across the street. You can spend 10 gold pieces in order to get materials to really shorten that down to like maybe 30 minutes with your sort of expertise. It just depends on, I don't know how you feel, how much time you really want to spend on this.
I'll cover that.
And also, if you do spend that will, with your roll, it will guarantee that this patch sort of lasts longer.
Yeah, I'll cover the cost of that.
I'll kind of like, do my little check and everything, and I'll kind of like relay that information. And if Doyle hands over the 10 credits, I'll run across the street and grab the supplies necessary, and then I'll put Rocky's tail underneath it to use it as a a jack of sorts, and I'll get to work.
All right. Excellent. Yeah, that won't take you half an hour. And while that's going on, as you all wait, just sort of kicking Cassie, just like angrily, sort of kicking a pebble down the street because vampires. You guys can all take a little. We'll take a little 5-minute break, and we'll be right back. It'll be really quick. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. As I turn down the Spotify. There we are. Great. Yeehaw. Where yes, so Zen, you finish putting the final touches on like the plugs and patches on the last tire. You the way you are inflating them, because you didn't have an air compressor on you and that was a little bit outside of your budget. You basically have Rocky like put a claw up to the little air hose thing, and you are manually pumping his tail like a bicycle, like one of the old fashioned water pumps out in the old west water wells.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
But
I keep one of those in my trunk just in case.
There you go.
Because they do work on tires.
Certainly.
Just a bicycle pump.
Yeah, man, they do. Hey, when in need, use what you got. And so yeah, it doesn't make quick work, but hey, it gets the job done. And he has an internal PSI measurement on his claw, on his like paw, that's like a watch, and he's like, "All right, sir, we've reached 36 psi or whatever the hell Miata's tire pounds per square inch requirement is." You guys are quickly moving on back on down the road towards the mall. This mall is not like the huge, just acres and acres and acres and acres, and I mean like thousands of acres large malls that is like Nirvana Plaza in Old Metro, just south of Old Metro and Neo Metro, where it's like there's asphalt for days of parking space. This is like your standard run of the mill, what we would consider in our world a medium sized mall. This is exactly that. In the Retroverse, it's small, I guess is the best way of putting it. But it's like your average American town mall. You have a food court in there. You have a number of shops, which I am pulling up right now, that you have access to for various different style choices in clothes, various different weapons, armor, other magic item availabilities. Let me hold on. I think I have. There it is. So some stores. There is Rugs, Rags, and Riches, which for house goods. There's Better Purchase for electronics. There's PT Dollar for I'm sorry, PT Dollar. That's DOLLAER for clothes. Let me see. Hardware at all.
Wait. PG Dallaire? Why am I'm like, oh, hold on. Okay.
If you want me to spoil it, or if you want me to take you,
No.
Okay.
No, I'll figure it out. I'll get there eventually.
There is
okay.
There you go. There you go. The food court includes such wonderful amenities as Grapefruit Commodus, Gennaro Pizza, Dragon Rapid. There's also, let me see, Croissant. Let me see here. Some of them are interlaced. Jumbo Juice. Wetzel's Pretzels, or Pretzel. I think Wetzel's Pretzels might actually be one, so it's Pretzel Place or something.
That does exist, yes.
Well, then I hadn't come up with a good name for it yet. Whoopsie poopsie. Burrito Sabroso. That's one. Hold on. Do I have a The map, I have it drawn on a map. 1 second. Give me a second. I'm not a map I can show you, but I have it drawn on a map that has some of the things that you would be finding. Where is it? Here we go. Here's the food court. Yes, Burrito Sabroso, Bluto's Country Cuisine, Blue Banana, that's a yogurt spot. Grapefruit Commodus, Patty Prince for your burgers, Hummus Hut, Ice Cream Empress, Pretzel Punks. That's what it was. Pretzel Punks. That's it. And then if you want a nice sandwich with like a beef sandwich with like a little cut of cheddar cheese, some pickles, and some comeback sauce, there's beef cutlet. And that's it. That's all they have available for food court. Shops include the Paddington Jacket Plant, Eternally 22, Toggle, yes, New Army, Delilah's, Trim.
We all thought it was Delilah's at one point.
Yes. Trim Lords. There's Craft a Kitty. There's a generally well-known, widespread clothing store called Amelia Crowley the Witch. Let me see what else is here. There's Postal Aeronautics. If you want some like some cool kind of chintzy jewelry, there's Restricted also. For general outlet stuff, there's Ray's. Oh, yes, Tara. There is bubble tea. There is bubble tea. I had a name for it. What was, and 1 second, I'm gonna have to Google this. Big Issue. Big Issue is the Hot Topic facsimile.
There we go.
There you go. And then there's also another clothing store called Rift, or The Rift if you want to be. And there's a bookstore called Perimeters. And then if you want some,
a lot of time at those.
Yes, you did. And then if you want some cool sunglasses, there's De La Luna. And then there's your obligatory. It's called Shangri-Leaf, Tara. That's the boba tea and general tea spot. Shangri-Leaf. And then there's a UR Toys.
I have a really weird question. Are there any like spiritual centers in the mall?
Oh yes, there is. 1 second.
Oh, like
like what do you mean spiritual centers?
Anything that represents a place of worship for any of the gods.
Oh, like one of those I know what you're talking about. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Anything, I don't know how.
You meant like a woo-woo crystal store.
No. Well, there are some of those.
I imagine those would be like stalls in the middle where people try and stop you and con you into buying their goods. Like I can picture at least 6 of those in the malls growing up that would be like just selling like tiger's eye bracelets that, you know.
Let me see. I had one for like a World Village sort of.
Woo store works too, honestly. Just like something that's a bit more like, yes, we sell things that are connected to the pantheon here.
Yes. Oh God, what was the name? I had it written down. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just imagining it. I really think I am.
Does a fountain with a statue of a deity in it in the middle of the food court count?
I love your idea. I can
You
run
know
with
what?
that.
I feel like that's not outside of the realm of possibility. Let me look at some of these gods to
Just
see.
a fountain full of pennies in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of the mall.
Mm-hmm. Um. Uh. Oh. Um.
A Bitcoin fountain? I'm dead.
Bitcoin fountain. Jesus.
Stop! I haven't been looking at chat tonight. Oh, lol.
Throw your bitcoins.
I hate that because I know that someone is gonna see this and they're gonna try to make it a reality.
Oh my god.
There is so there is an arcade, and a lot of arcades in this universe, this arcade is known as the Hall of High Scores. And a lot of arcades in this universe are run by worshippers of the god Paku Paku. Paku Paku is a god of death and knowledge. It's a neutral evil alignment traditionally, but his worshippers more just recognize his power, rather than like trying to adhere to his sort of outlook on life. Although some of them do, some of them are a little toxic like that. Symbol is his symbol is a yellow circle with 1/4 of its missing. Paku Paku is the feeling of hunger incarnate. He consumes stars at the edge of the universe, slowly blotting out entire solar systems. It is told that one day he will make it to the center and devour the last of the light. He is not malevolent, he just exists for one purpose, to consume. He has witnessed or caused the destruction of infinite worlds. In doing so, he has absorbed all of the knowledge the inhabitants possessed. He will sometimes share that knowledge with his followers, but it is almost always too much for them to handle. He can be driven back by the combined spirits of a devoured planet, but this is only ever temporary. Paku Paku will feed. Some sects of his faith profess the existence of a lover and children, their combined hunger being enough to eradicate all that ever was or will be. And his worshippers always include one arcade cabinet of one or the other of Mr. or Mrs. Paku Paku to be played as a sort of form of
Oh my god,
hiding.
I just got the reference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, oh my fucking fuck. Okay, so hold on.
Yeah.
So Paku Paku is at the arcade in the mall?
The Paku Paku is the deity that the arcade also functions for as a temple for.
Okay, cool. Great. Got it. Oh my god, I can't believe and I was just okay.
Charlotte, would you like to tell everyone what that is a reference to?
It's a reference to Pac-Man.
That's right. Very good.
Oh, Paku Paku. Okay.
There you go.
Yellow with teeth missing.
Got it.
I'm sorry for the pain that has caused. I too was filled with pain upon the very first time I read that. But it's like a good kind of pain. It's like, is what it is. Anywho.
I just love that they made him neutral evil.
Yes.
I think that's really clever.
Yes, it is. It very much
The
is.
all-consuming deity.
Yes.
I love our children combined. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yep. They were concerned about that's right, Patrick. They were concerned about part of the P being scrubbed away. Yeah. Anywho. What would you what would you like to do at this arcade, Charlotte? Do you have any like someone you want to talk to? Or?
Well, man, Ivy is gonna try and be. I don't know, man. See, okay, maybe you can help me out because I know what Charlotte wants to do, but I'm trying to decide how in character it would be for Ivy to do this.
Sure.
Charlotte wants to find an actual worshiper of Paku Paku and be like, hey, I'm working on a research, like, hey, I'm a student and I'm working on a research, or oh, hey, I'm a wandering traveler who's been working on a research book for the thesis and I need to be learning about different gods, and I've done some research on your god, but there's one god that I'm having a lot of trouble finding. I wonder if you can help me out here.
Easy. Yes. Okay.
But
okay.
I don't know if like Ivy would like be that. I don't know. I have no idea if she would think like that.
I think that I think it's fair to. I think the experience was jarring enough to prompt a small fixation on this subject to generate that idea. Like I feel that's fair.
Okay, cool.
If you want my opinion on it, whether or not you agree is up to you.
Sure.
But yes, you would be able to easily find someone who is a clergy member of Paku Paku here, as most arcades are. It's kind of staffed by the clergy of this deity. They're the only ones who are willing to open a business that could fall under at any moment with the fluctuating popularity of games in order to receive tithes for their church in the form of many coins and credits. But you do find a member of the clergy. They are a sort of statuesque silver dragonborn. They're wearing a sort of a floor length robe. The robes are particular because on the back you do see the sort of cut out the symbol of Paku Paku, slightly iridescent, but the lines of where the robe was sewn together are always essentially like LED sort of tubing that like changes color. It like sort of breathes and shifts along the trim and along the Tara, if you want to send me that link in Discord, I can link it to I can link it for everyone. I just have to be the one to send the links, unless I think I can have mods do it too. I just gotta assign mods. That's all. But they're standing there. It's one of those. Their hood is off of their robe, and they're standing there with like their hands inside of the very flowy sleeves, just basically observing the arcade to make sure none of the teens who frequent this like get in any fights over like quarter order, which is a holy tenet of the worshippers of Paku Paku and is punishable by banning if you break the quarter order. So, but yes, you can approach this individual.
Okay. Hey, man. I got a question for you about the pantheon of the universe.
Yes. The buffet for the great gold one. The universe.
Yes.
What questions do you seek, my child?
Yes. Well, first off, does Paku Paku want to eat all the other gods too?
Yes, all will be consumed and formed in his eternal stomach, and we will be happy, or at least content, knowing that we are one.
Cool. Because there's like a couple of the gods that like I don't know very much about. I've been doing like a research thing. Like I'm on a road trip and I'm traveling around and I've been meeting, I've been going to like various temples and stuff of worship and learning more about the gods. And I've already been to a Paku Paku one. So I don't have a lot of questions for you, but there's these two other gods that I'm having a lot of trouble finding anyone to talk to about them. And I was wondering if you had any information, if you could like help me out. I'm
Of
well,
course, we do keep a knowledge. We do receive teachings on all of the false idols in order to extinguish and debate with the non-believers to convert them to our true way of thinking.
great. Um, Radical. So one of them, I don't even know if this guy exists, but you would probably know. And then he's like a pyramid that's really shiny with like a giant galaxy eye.
This symbology or potential manifestation is unfamiliar to me.
Weird. So, do you think that could potentially not be a god?
There is only one true God.
Do you think it could
Paku,
be a god that people think
Paku.
or is the true god in worship or like isn't?
Paku, 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 Paku. She does this for like 30 seconds. And then she. Could you address that question one more time?
Oh, I just like tried to phrase it. Yeah, like so right, of course, it wouldn't be the true deity anyway, but is there one that people maybe are mistakenly worshiping that looks like that?
No. I have not heard of any heretical cults that have arisen, worshipping a symbol as you have described.
Cool. Um Other one? This is kind of like crazy stuff, right? So, like, hold on, I'm reading something.
Of course. Take your
I pull
time.
out my book. I'm like, yeah, so I just got this book from the library and I've been reading, right? And then I turn to the Zid page.
Stole a library book.
And I'm like, all right, so like this guy, um, do you know why his flesh was removed and where it went?
This, she, they look at this. They look at the entry, and they're reading, and you hear them mouthing as they read, sort of muttering. The tone is with distaste and disappointment. You assume because they question why someone would write such lies when there is only one true entry that needs to be in this book. But they look back up to you, saying, "This seems to be even more of a fairy tale than we could have ever imagined. Truly, we have heard rumors that this character existed way in the past, in the Dark Ages, but this cannot be true. And people have grown more knowledgeable in the impossibility of his existence as a deity. Truly, this Zid is Lord of Nothing."
But like, what if he got his flesh back? Do you think he'd stop being so angry?
Young one, that is a fairy tale. A fairy tale to scare children. Well, we offer the true answer that Paku Paku absorbs all into his loving maw of consumption. Oh, I think we lost. I think we lost.
no.
Oh no.
We lost Charlotte.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh no. She was
It's a
consumed
hit
by
for
Paku
her.
Paku
Paku.
Paku got her.
Paku Paku got her.
Shit.
There she comes.
Paku Paku got her.
Oh
no.
shit.
That was weird.
It's got real, folks.
Timing. The timing was
The information
incredible.
was too heavy.
That was weird.
Are you all good? You okay? You cut
Yeah,
out like
I accidentally like went back to the home page and I don't know how that happened.
yes. Or maybe it's Lord Zid actually interfering with your real life electronics. You never know.
Good lord. Okay. So right, I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, cool. So right. Ancient fairy tale. All right, cool. Thanks. I think those are all the questions that I had. You were a huge help. I really appreciate it.
Would you like to tithe at our church? It is only $20 for 50 coins, and we are running a special today where it is $40 for 50 coins. You see, it is a bonus of 10 coins. Or credits for coin. It is a bonus of credits for coins, and that increases in tiers as you spend tithe more at our church.
Nah, I'm good, but thanks though.
We look forward to your patronage and quick conversion to the true belief soon, perhaps next weekend.
Yeah. What's going on next weekend?
But late hours we are open to 2 a.m. for late night tithing.
Oh. All right, cool. Thanks for the tip.
Of course, you are very
Have
welcome.
a great night.
You too. Goodbye. All right. So we're coming on 9:58. I know you guys are at the mall, and there are shops to buy like big ticket magic items if you want to look around and see what they cost. But I think it's gonna kind of be it. We're gonna make sure we cut on time tonight. Does anyone have any questions regarding anything that has happened? Any of the scenes? Anything you guys? Oh, I guess real quick, I will say the next 2 Mondays we're going to be off because December is December and it's a holiday month. So let me see, just so the audience knows. The 16th and the 23rd, we will not be having a show. And also the 30th. I'm pretty sure we said so the next 3 Mondays in December, we're going to be off. We will be back on January 6th. So there we go. I will be uploading this, and we'll be putting out stuff for you guys like on social media and things like that. We'll be working towards gearing up for the next leg of this adventure. Anywho, I guess before I sign off, does anyone have any lore questions or things that they want answers to that they're looking forward to learning about, or any responses to any of the scenes or character information that you've learned tonight? All right, excellent. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and watching us tonight. I've been Adam. This has been the SpellCast, and we will see you on the grid. Bye-bye. And happy holidays, everyone.